Hello students, in this session you are going to learn chapter 17 Computer Ethics and Cyber Security part 2. Today we will learn about cyber security and threats. First, cyber security and threats. Actually, cyber security threat is a malicious act that seeks to damage data, steal data, or interrupt digital life in general. And some common types of cyber attacks are: first, malware. A malware is a type of software that is designed to harm a computer or network, such as corrupting data or taking control of a computer system and all. And next, pharming. Pharming refers to a type of cyber crime in which the user is sent to a fake website instead of a true one. And the fake website will collect details like account login number or banking information like that. This information can then be used in crimes such as illegal money transfer and all. So this is called pharming. And the next one is phishing. Phishing is a type of computer crime used to attack or steal user data like login name, passwords, credit card numbers and so on. So using those details, it will corrupt or steal the user's data. And the last one is man in the middle attack. So this is a type of cyber attack where the attacker secretly passes the message and possibly alters the communication between two parties. For example, a fake banking website may be used to capture financial login information. Here, the fake site is in the middle between the user and the actual bank website, and it will collect all the details from the users and it will corrupt the data. So these are some common cyber attacks in the field of information technology. Next, what is a cookie? A cookie, also known as an HTTP cookie, web cookie or browser cookie. A cookie is a small piece of data stored on the user's computer by the web browser while browsing a website. So, cookies are text files with small pieces of data like a username and password, and that are used to identify your computer as you use a computer network. So, the main purpose of a cookie is to identify users and remember stateful information such as items in a shopping cart or to save the user's browsing activity and all. So, this is called cookie. Next, uses of cookies. Websites typically use cookies for the following reasons. First, to collect demographic information about who has visited the website. So it will collect details about the group of people who has visited the website. Next, sites often use this information to track how often visitors come to the site and how long they remain on the site. Next, cookies can help to store personal information about users so that when a user subsequently returns to the site, a more personalized experience is provided. So it will keep track of your preferences on any website. And the last one is cookies cannot be used to spread viruses and they cannot access your hard drive. So these are the uses of cookies. Next, what is firewall? A firewall is a computer network security based system that monitors and controls incoming and outgoing network traffic based on predefined security rules. So, a firewall is a software that prevents unauthorized access to a network, and it inspects incoming and outgoing traffic using a set of rules to identify and block those threats. So this is called firewall. Next, what is proxy server? A proxy server acts as an intermediator between the end user and a web server. So a proxy server acts as a gateway between you and the internet. Then when a computer connects to the internet, it uses an IP address. This is similar to a home's street address, telling incoming data where to go and marking outgoing data with a return address for other devices to authenticate. So, a proxy server is essentially a computer on the internet that has an IP address of its own, and it will keep track of the frequently visited site addresses, and it acts like a firewall between your system and the internet. So this is called proxy server. Next, encryption and decryption. Encryption is the process of converting plain text into ciphertext. So, encryption is a process that encodes a message or file so that it can be only read by a certain people. And this type of encryption technology is mainly used in militaries to pass secret messages. Next, decryption. Decryption is the reverse process of converting the ciphertext into plain text. So, the conversion of encrypted data into its original form is called decryption. It is generally a reverse process of encryption. So, this is called encryption and decryption. Next, today's assignment questions are: first, what is a cookie? Next, what is the role of firewalls? So with this, I conclude our class today. Thank you.